Hello to all my friends out there. So I decided to come back because the video was going to be too long. This video is I saved $40 today, and I grew my resale business at the same time, and then a little bit on stockpiling. So I've been walking around in the mall for 2 hours, and it's very hot and the venue sucks. So I thought, you know what, I am going to try to work a little bit. I mean, not every day, because what I do is I go into thrift stores and I buy things and sell things. And that's how I earn a living. All my life I was a hairdresser. This is so much easier. And I want to encourage you guys to consider a little resale business. So I drove over and I went to the Salvation Army and I walked in the door. And what did I see? I saw 2 nice clocks. I'll blow out my candle so nothing happens. I found this Boulevard candle, and Boulevard clock, and I found this clock. I'm not sure what kind of clock this number 2 clock is. They're both nice, I'll tell you that. Let's see. It is Seth Thompson. This clock was actually chiming. So I have a lady that I take my watches and clocks to, so I'm sure she can assist me. So this clock was $25, and I had a 25% coupon, so I got about $18, and this clock was $19. So so you might be going, well, Rhoda, how did you save $40 if you spent $40? Well, whether the $40 is sitting in the bank or sitting in my clocks, it's the same. And furthermore, I can sell my clocks for a lot more money than $40. I'm not going to, because I happen to really like them. One is for my son and one is for me, but I could sell them. Maybe, we'll see. So, okay, so if you do this habitually, I mean, I could scrimp and save $10 a week for a month, but this is so much easier. So let's say I say to myself, okay, well, maybe I will sell one of these clocks, right? I could buy some groceries with some of the money. I could have a little cash with some of the money. I could buy some more stuff. You know, I could take my $40 back out and put my $40 in the bank if I wanted to. And so basically I saved $40 very easily today. This is so much easier than scrimping and saving, especially if you don't have very much money. So you might be saying, well, I don't have any money, so how am I supposed to do that? Well, we've been talking about that. You would get curbside junk and you would find a way to sell it because you want to start a resale business. Or you could, but my brother told me to buy a thrift store, and I said, I don't really like that idea. I spend enough time in thrift stores, believe me. So this is how I save $40 very easily. I have to be careful not to break my clocks before I sell them. This kind of stuff will last a lifetime. One of them was chiming. I think it was this Seth Thomas clock. Let's see. Okay, so now what I do is I buy watches as well, and I buy dirt cheap, and I sell them cheap too. So the ones I like to buy are Boulevard, Seiko, Pulsar, Citizen, and Carvela. Okay, Citizen and Seiko are comparable. So I have this. Now this is a really nice Seiko watch here. And this white dial watch, these kind, they're not going out of style, and the band is in pristine condition. So then as soon as I got a battery, I sell these cheap, you guys. I just consider these $20, that's all. Why be, you know, they're really, a nice Seiko watch for $20 is really cheap. So then we go back to my clocks. I could sell my Seiko watch and pay myself off for my clock if I wanted to do that. Or I could just spend the 20 bucks and I would know that I would find another one. And then one of my favorite brands is Pulsar. Now, what I try to do is I try to find watches that resemble expensive watches. And so these Pulsar watches resemble Rolex watches, the date just. These are actually really pretty, but these two watches show a lot of wear on the bands. So what I will do is, I could sell them as is, but I could keep my eye out and find bands for them. That's not hard to do. Then this is a Carvela watch. I love these watches. This is in pristine condition. I would probably sell this watch for about 27 bucks. And then this is, I actually won't sell this because this is a knockoff Rolex watch. And if I was nuts enough, and it's like a car with 100,000 miles. So, Seiko and Citizen are kind of comparable. Pulsar is reliable and long-lasting. Whoever had these two Pulsar watches wore them to death. I have no doubt I could give batteries and they would run another 100 years. Okay, I think of Carvela as like a fashion watch. Now, on the topic of high-end watches, there is Gucci, Rolex, Bulgari, Chanel, and well, you could say Philippe Patek. But chances are you're not going to find a knockoff Philippe Patek. That's not happening. But probably because we're close to Mexico, I do find knockoffs. And I find them all the time. Like this Rolex watch, this was probably an estate watch. This is like the nugget style. And I wanted to mention on my watches, I never put anything on my watches. I just shine them up with a microfiber cloth. That goes for a lot of things, like my clocks. And then, so we have Gucci. I find them all the time, knockoffs. Rolex, I don't find them all the time, but if I find them. Bulgari, I actually found a knockoff. This is like one of my favorite styles of watches. Pretty soon I will buy myself a Michelle watch because I will have 3 million views and I deserve a nice little gift for myself. So you can sell knockoffs, but not on eBay, because if you do, you won't be selling anything on eBay. So when I sell a watch, unless I can deliver like a pristine condition like this Seiko or this Carvela, I don't sell. These watches would be for the thrift, or for the swap meet. I can sell knockoffs at the swap meet. Not too many at one time, because then you'll get caught. And they will confiscate your stuff. And that's what you get for being slimy. Okay, you guys. Now, is this thing still going? My phone is wanting me to buy a new one. Now, so I drove down. I just went in, bought the clocks, and left. And I thought, really, it's no more dangerous than going to the grocery store and buying some food. But still, I do want to limit my exposure. So I went to the 99-cent store on the way home, and I got 2 loaves of bread. And so this bread is good. On the way home, I was really, really starving, and I ate 3 pieces of bread. And so I have a question for you. Would it be better to buy cereal or bread? I would say bread, because if you had some bread with maybe some butter and some toast, you could get by. Actually, this bread is good. You know, I just ate 3 pieces on the way home, and I remembered I was raised a Mormon, and it was not uncommon for us to just eat bread. one time I took this this biology class, and of course they teamed me up with a return missionary. You know, there's like a zillion people in the entire class, and they teamed me up with the other Mormon. I was raised a Mormon. And one day we went on this field trip, and of course they teamed me up with him, and you know, we were like very intense in figuring our plants out. And you know, he was a good lab partner in my opinion. So anyway, he had a loaf of bread, and he was eating 3 pieces of bread. And I said, "You're eating just bread?" And he said, "Well, it's the what do you call it? It's the sacrament." I go, "You're eating the sacrament bread?" Because sometimes I go to the Catholic church. Okay, the priests will eat up every last crumb of bread and drink up every last drop of wine, and they will wipe the cups out, but actually, as if it wasn't actually broken, I guess it wouldn't actually be the sacrament bread. But it reminded me of how we used to eat bread. That was our meal, so it can be a meal. And I noticed that the street people had cereal. I think it'd be much better for them to have bread, and they could maybe get some peanut butter. Of course, if you get cereal, you can get milk, but if you have bread and milk, you know, you could get by too. So that's to be considered. I would say go for bread first. So, I was going to say something else about the bread, but I don't remember what, so I guess it couldn't have been important. Then I bought 1 4-pack for $1 of Shasta Cola because they only had one. So I was a resource hog, and I bought it. And then I bought 1 toothpaste because what I'm trying to do is Bubble Berry. I don't care what kind of toothpaste it is. I'm going to brush my teeth off and rinse my mouth anyway. But it was 50 cents, and it was a fairly decent size. And it was just a damaged package. So I bought that, and I will throw it in the back of the cupboard, and you know, I will use it down eventually. Cleans and protects and tastes great. And then, you know, this, you're supposed to put it back on them. So then this was really a great find. Okay, if I come home, like if I have been out, I told you guys, and I will sneeze, I go into the bathroom, I get a little Dial soap, antibacterial soap, and I rinse my nostrils and I clean them out with soap, and then I pour water down. You know, I tip my head. Now you have to be careful because you don't want it going back into your throat, and when the water comes out the other side, I do it on the other side too, and I blow my nose. And that protects me from getting any germs in my nose, because hopefully, kind of, you know, you can feel it in your nose. God knows, my son and I both do that. But today I found this nasal spray, and it was 50 cents each, so I thought, great, I'm going to take that. So what you would do is you would spray this stuff in your nose, you know, to evacuate any germs or anything. And then you can save the little bottle, and then you would just, you have to be careful, you don't want it going down into your ears. And you can clean your nose canals. So that's what I bought for the stockpile. Also, don't forget bread and gravy. So I'm coming back, and I have a half a can of potatoes in there, and I'm going to make some like potato soup or stew, because I want to teach you guys how to get by on your food pantry or food storage food, not suffering. And you could eat this stew with bread. And I keep my bread in my freezer, and I eat it all down. Also, as you know, I eat a lot of sandwiches, so I want you guys to consider maybe starting a little resale business. It takes you a while to learn it and get the hang of it. Now I got a question for you. Is some girl gonna pay me $20 for this? Yeah, she is. And if I needed the money, I would sell my Carvela watch that I dearly love. I wear this at Christmas. I love this watch. I have 2 of them. I'll buy more too. Also, I don't really want to sell my Seiko watch because it fits me to perfection. But if I did, I would sell it. And as for my 2 beat up Pulsar watches, I would sell them for $10 and somebody would be glad to get them at the swap meet. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.